Why did you come here?
Because I tried to commit suicide.
Yes, I knew that, of course. But what I don't know is why you tried to do this. Could you tell us how you did it?
I took an overdose of pills.
100, didn't you?
100, yes.
And why did you want to commit suicide?
Because I didn't want to face anything.
This wasn't the first time.
No.
How often did you try?
Well, I tried quite a few times.
Why did you try so persistently to take your own life? It's a difficult question.
Yes. I was just desperate, and I couldn't face things that had come up. So I thought the easy way out was to take pills and it would be all over. That's what I did.
You told me the other day that you have always made every effort not to show that you're depressed. Have you always made it a point to kind of cover up your real feelings?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I guess that's just part of me. When I was quite young, for a time I went through a stage where I was a real monster. I tried to get my mother's attention, which I couldn't get, and I would break things and cry and throw tantrums, and it didn't do any good. And then I realized that my aunts and other people could see how hurt I was, and I didn't want anyone to see, to be able to tell that I was hurt, so I just tried to be the opposite, I didn't care about anything, and it worked. People believed that I didn't care.
You learned to do it quite well.
Yes.
What did you feel like doing when you were alone?
Usually I have to keep busy doing something.
Or else what would you be thinking about?
Oh, I don't know. I can't say. I can't say what I'd be thinking about.
What about when you thought about going to the basement and doing something to get rid of yourself? What about that?
I don't remember thinking about that.
You don't remember thinking about that?
No. No.
Do you remember telling me about that?
No, I don't. I don't remember.
What do you think when I try to remind you of it now?
No, I don't like to.
Eh?
I don't like to be reminded of it.
You don't, eh?
No. I don't like thoughts like that.
Possibly go back to work and keep going. I had stopped work to go into the hospital because I needed some treatment. And if they weren't going to give me shock,
what were you
or
going
something,
to do?
I couldn't see how I could possibly go out and work again.
There was nothing that you could enjoy?
Absolutely nothing. There was no one I could see that I'd be glad to see. There was nothing anybody could say that would cheer you. That would cheer me. Although, as I've said before, I could still tell a joke.
Even then?
Even then I could tell a joke.
And make other people laugh?
Yes. Because I think the reason for that is that I'd always been known to be a joker, and I enjoyed the fact that people enjoyed me telling them jokes. And they would it would give them a good impression of me. I think that was the reason why I could still. I tried to muster up the strength to tell a story so somebody would notice me.
And you could do it.
And I could do it. Yes, strangely. And then, in fact, some of the nurses remarked, how well I told the story.
And how good-humored you were, I suppose.
Yes. Although others didn't understand me so well and told me to get the long look off my face. There was one nurse in particular, of course, I won't mention any names, but there was one nurse in particular who I didn't think really belonged there. In a hospital like that.
No.
Pardon?
Probably she didn't belong there.
Because I was sitting there and my face must have been a mile long, and she more or less criticized me for it. She this is much as to say, there's nothing wrong with you. What are you looking so glum about? And I half believe that. I half believe that she was right. That there was really nothing wrong with me. All I had to do was be a man and snap out of it.
And that made you feel worse.
That made me feel worse.
Yes. That's the sort of thing that people would do, still do quite frequently when somebody is depressed or looks that way and say, oh, well, just snap out of it. And then the person feels worse because they think they should and they can't.
Well, a lot of people, say, oh, I feel kind of depressed today. I think everybody has ups and downs through life, But there's no comparison. I had ups and downs before I ever had one of these depressions of which I'm speaking now. There are no words can describe the difference between it and the ordinary ups and downs
that everyone has.
That everyone has, because in these ups and downs through life, you know that, well, tomorrow I'm going to feel better, the sun will be shining, and so on. But when you're in this type of depression I speak of, it doesn't matter whether it's a black of night or whether the sun is shining, whether it's pouring rain, or whether it's snowing or anything else, nothing looks good. It's all blackness. It's very difficult to put a thing like that into words. There's an old saying about this place called hell where bad people go to after they're dead, after they die, that the worst part about hell is not the flames, it's the hopelessness. And I think that is the part of hell that a person in depression really tastes.
The hopelessness.
The hopelessness, that terrible hopelessness that comes over. Everything is black. Nothing looks, you can see, there's nothing cheerful in anything. All I could see was death. For instance, I'd say, what's the use of getting up? What's the use of eating? I'm only going to die someday anyway. What's the use of doing anything? Because it's pointless.